music and more money for our local artists. I know that Monica Burns and Monet Marshall and others have been in front of the Durham City Council, and I think that there's even efforts to do it in other cities like Raleigh and definitely other parts of the nation, but they're having an effort where they are trying to put together this fund that would definitely fund our local artists, particularly those that are not backed by big institutions like the DPAC and like the Arts Council and things of that nature. But have you been following that conversation, and what are your thoughts on it? Do you think that that's something that we need, is more ways to have our local artists supported?
Well, yeah, we definitely need that. I haven't been following it, but if that's something that's getting ready to happen, then, yeah, we need to push that even more because, like I said, we have a lot of great talented artists down in this area that needs to be seen and heard. And that's one of the problems that, a lot of the artists are not being noticed for what they can do down in this area. Between here, Raleigh, Greensboro, we don't want to leave Greensboro out because there's a lot of talent in Greensboro. And then, of course, what you have down in Winston-Salem. And you know about the Black Theater Festival that they have down there every 2 years.
Right. Yeah, no doubt about that.
A lot of artists come through there all the time.
Yeah, we've had some major artists come on through there. Definitely want to continue the conversation with you, Bradley, and everything. But Nikki just told me that because she texted me that she needs to get off the line real quickly. So, Nikki, if you're still on the line, can you let folks know how they can reach you in case, who knows, Bradley might have some performances coming up that he's going to need your vocal talents, or he might have some things that need your makeup talent. So if you're still on the line, we would love to know how to get in touch with you so that folks can know how to get in touch with you and find ways to get you even more plugged into the community.
Yes, actually, you can get in touch with me. Mark has my flyer, my information, with my phone number. You still have that? You still have that, Mark?
I do.
Okay. So that's the best way to reach me. I am currently in the process of getting my websites and stuff put back up for the makeup piece. I have a little snippet on YouTube, Nikki Hall, Nicky, Your Love, if you want to hear that. You can go to YouTube and hear that. That's the single that. Name? I'm sorry?
What's your last name?
Hall, Hall. Nikki, Nicky, Hall, on YouTube, and it's called Your Love.
Okay. Got it.
And definitely, Mark has my information, my personal information as far as my phone number if you need to reach out to me.
Okay.
We'll do. Mark, you can definitely share that with him. And my email, I have an email that's on the flyer as well. I know we're on live, right now. So my email is simplyradiant@att.net. Mark has all that on the flyer as well.
Yeah, so definitely reach her at simplyradiant.att.net. And, of course, the telephone number, as she said, I'll pass that on to the listeners as well in case folks have got things that are going on. And, by the way, I know you got to jump off. You'll be glad to know that Bradley can also understand the whole parenting and that whole aspect of life. Because,
I just had a new grandbaby today. Yeah, my daughter, she just reached out to me from the hospital, tried to call me. So
congratulations.
Sure she's okay. Thank you.
And I believe
I'm excited.
And if I remember correctly, Bradley, you got because you have kids as well, don't you, Bradley?
Yeah, 4. They're up in New York.
Yeah.
And 3 grandkids.
Wow.
So she's got you tied on the kids, and she's beating you on the grandkids because she's got 4 and 7.
Yeah, I've got 4, and I just had the 7th grandchild today. So they're coming pretty quick. I was like, y'all slow down. We got all these birthdays and Christmas, and I'm trying to keep up.
They don't waste no time, do they?
No. But they're so precious, and they're gifts from God. They're just precious.
There you go.
So, yes, please, get my information from Mark. Reach out to me, and I definitely look forward to hearing from you, and I appreciate all of you tonight. I really enjoyed being on, and I hope that something I said may have blessed anybody, and, y'all blessed me.
Definitely glad to have you on, and definitely glad to have you on. And you're so right. They do grow up so fast. I have no kids. Somehow managed to get to 57 without any. But and at 57 that's probably not happening. But I've managed to have no kids. But I do have those two nephews, and one of them called me up recently because he called me up to see if I was going to go hang out with my brother and others down at the beach because that's something that they do regularly with their granddad, my dad, and everything. So he called me up on his telephone, and I'm sitting there going like, wait a minute, when did y'all become 10 and 11? And I know I remember seeing that phone in the house, but I don't remember y'all dialing it. So, it's just that whole they grow up too fast thing.
Time does not stand still for anyone.
That was only like a week or two ago. And I'm sitting there going like, I get a mystery call, and all of a sudden it's like, this is Julius. I'm sitting there going like, Julius got a phone, and he calling his uncle. Wait a minute. This is happening much too fast.
All right, come on, Mark. We're getting going to 2020 now. Things have changed a lot.
Like I said, they're about to be. They are 10 and 11.
Mark, let's stay in touch, okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay, look, thank y'all so much. Nice to meet you. Nice to talk to you, and have a beautiful, wonderful Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
And good night.
Bradley, appreciate you.
Yeah.
And Bradley definitely wanted to continue a little bit of the conversation with you and everything. Like I said, I knew Nikki said that she had to jump off and deal with the grandbaby and everything. But like I said, those kids grow up much too fast because my nephews are now 10 and 11, which means that they're going to be 14 or 15 after a while. So that's just much too scary and everything. So tell the listeners about some of your upcoming projects. If you have any upcoming projects that you think our listeners might be interested in learning about that you're looking forward to for 2020, because we're about to start a new decade. So I imagine there's some things that folks will be interested in and things of that nature. And if you could, and I know this would probably take the whole show itself, but for the main instruments, because I know a lot of times people hear people talking about a shikari, a djembe, and things of that nature. I know what they are because I've seen y'all play them, but I couldn't tell you the definition of them. So if you would share a little bit about what you got coming up and maybe your primary instruments and a little brief description of what those instruments are, because I know that we've probably got some listeners that have heard the name djembe but have no clue what a djembe is.
Right. Nothing's coming up right now, but things is being talked about. Within the next couple of months from now. The djembe is primarily a West African instrument. It was originated in Mali during the Malian Empire, and it spread it out towards the whole part of West Africa. Mali, Guinea, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, and Liberia. That's pretty much where the djembe is mainly played at. They do play djembe, or they do make djembes in Ghana, but that's not their main drum. Their main drum is the Ashanti drum. I started playing djembe in 1973, but conga is my main instrument. That's the drum that I really focus on the most, because that's the one I started out with back in 1960. So, because the conga drum goes with any kind of music, from R&B to jazz to salsa, and in reference to the folklore, it's Cuba, Brazil, Haiti, and depending on what style of drumming you're playing for, or what style of dancing people are dancing, most of the drumming on the conga drum started out by way of the Durham technique, which goes all the way back as far as the 40s and 50s. So that's pretty much where my head is at in reference to the different types of drums. Conga to djembe, djembe back to conga.
So those are your primary two instruments and everything. And the other instrument that I know that is mentioned in your bio and everything is the shikari. So if you tell a little bit about what that is about, and just so folks can have an idea of what that whole style is about, the shikari kind of playing.
Oh, you talking about the shakare?
Right, shakare. I mispronounce it. I always do.
Right. The shakare is a beaded instrument made out of calabash. It's a fruit. The calabash fruit, when you cut it off the vine, you let it sit for a while until it dries up, and then you cut the top of it off and clean out the inside, and then on the outside you clean out the outside, and then you put some kind of a finishing on it, maybe some kind of oil to preserve the shell, and then you beat it with a macrame style, and that's how the shaker is completed and made.
Wow. So yeah, you've been doing this for a number.
It originates out of West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana. It just depends on what origin of the people that's playing it.
So, and when you've gone to the other countries and everything, are they amazed at how popular it is in America? Because I know that Dean, the guy I do the show with, is definitely part of the hip-hop community and things of that nature. And I've even heard some of the African drumming included in some of the hip-hop music. You talked about it being with salsa and jazz, and, of course, it's definitely part of the blues tradition. But and you come from New York, I'm sure you even saw some of the early hip-hop artists incorporating some of the African music and African tunes.
Right. So you can hear the shaker, you can hear the conga drum, and all that music, from the high life music of Africa to the contemporary music here in this country, jazz, R&B, even certain types of folklore, what am I thinking of? Oh, you hear them a lot now, depending on the show that's running, and you can hear it in a lot of the show tunes. They're playing mostly congas and djembe now, or mostly congas on Broadway, particularly in The Lion King right now. You got all those instruments going on in The Lion King.
And, you know, one of the things, because I was actually just, I was talking to you, looking on the Facebook, and I saw that one of your partners in crime had posted the pictures of you over there enjoying the conversation, and I see these drums right next to you. So I'm thinking if we go to any house that you've ever had, folks are going to find tons of drums in the house.
Say that again. How many drums I got in my house?
Yeah.
About 35 right now.
Oh, wow.
And that's different drums.
And what's the drum that you are was the hardest to get? What was the drum that was the hardest to get of your collection of drums? And will you have? I know there are people like Baba Kibo that does some stuff with the drumming and stuff in terms of being able to fix them. But when you have to get your drums fixed, are you able to do that yourself, or do you have to go to somebody like Baba Hadid or Kibo, as I know, man?
No, I used to do it myself, but then I got tired of that, so I just send it out. I send it to, there's companies in California that fixes drums, and I may send it to there, or I may send it up to Baltimore. Biolay's African Drum Works, he does drum repair. So any drums that I need to get fixed, I just send it on out. That picture that you saw, you're looking at 4 congas and 4 djembes right there in front of each other. Yeah, and then on the wall is just like a little shrine. I got pictures of Bob Marley up there, map of Africa, a small Sabah drum, and a picture of me playing with Chus Company. No, with Khalid. That's when Khalid did Rhythms of Life. So I got a house full of drums, man. They take it over the house.
And for those that are listening,
I just received a drum today, a new one today. It just came in the mail today.
Okay, so that was like one of your early Christmas gifts?
From me to me, yeah.
From you to you. Understood. Sometimes we have to gift that. Yeah, sometimes we have to gift ourselves. There's no doubt about that. Sometimes we can't wait for others to give us the gift. We have to gift ourselves. For those that are listening, and I know that there's a big one up there in the New York area, several of them up there in the New York area, in New Jersey area where Dean is at. But for those that are listening that are not familiar with Kwanzaa, like I said, we'll kick it off day one here. But if you would share just a little bit about your involvement with Kwanzaa, and also, if you would, just a little bit about the principles. Because like I said, we have some listeners that totally know what Kwanzaa is about, but we have others that are sitting there probably going like, it's not Christmas, it's not Hanukkah, it's not one of the other holidays that we know about, and we're not sure what it is.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not playing Kwanzaa this year at all. I did it last year with different people. I did the one in Cary with Lester Thomas, and sometimes I do and the year before that I did the one at